My beloved friends, today I want to emphasize one of the most important lessons in life. There is something about being called, something about being chosen, that people don't always understand. When you are set apart for a purpose greater than yourself, it comes with a weight that most will never have to carry. The chosen ones, those destined for something higher, walk a different path, and because of that, they often walk it alone. When God calls you, He doesn't send you down an easy road. He doesn't place you in the middle of the crowd where you can blend in and feel comfortable. No, He pulls you out. He sets you apart, and that separation can feel like isolation, loneliness, rejection, like you don't belong anywhere. But let me tell you something. You were never meant to belong where you were called to lead. The burden of being chosen is heavy. It means you see things differently. It means you hear things others don't hear. It means the vision inside you, the fire burning in your spirit, will set you on a course that others cannot understand. You try to explain it to them, but they look at you like you're speaking another language. You try to bring them with you, but they don't want to go. And that's where the pain comes in. Because being chosen doesn't just separate you from the world, it often separates you from the people you love. Some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. You've had moments where you felt completely alone, wondering why no one seems to understand you. You've sat in rooms full of people and still felt like an outsider. You've been surrounded by friends and family and still felt an emptiness inside because deep down you know you were meant for something else. But here's what I need you to understand. That feeling isn't a mistake. That loneliness isn't an accident. It's a sign that God is doing something in you that He isn't doing in everyone else. When you are chosen, you cannot live like everybody else. You cannot think like everybody else, and you cannot move like everybody else. That's why you don't fit in. That's why you struggle to relate. It's not that there's something wrong with you, it's that there's something different about you. God has placed something inside of you that requires separation because what is building in you requires focus. It requires discipline. It requires obedience. And it requires you to let go of the need to be understood. Some of the greatest men and women of God were isolated before they were elevated. Look at Moses, raised in Pharaoh's house, but not truly one of them, called to lead his people, but rejected by them at first. Look at Joseph, given a dream but sold by his own brothers. Look at David, anointed as king but sent back to the field over and over again. The pattern is the same. Before the chosen ones can step into their destiny, they must endure the loneliness that comes with being set apart. And that loneliness, it breaks you, it humbles you, it brings you to your knees. But that breaking is necessary because when God is preparing you, He has to strip away everything that is not meant to go with you. The relationships that were only meant for a season, the habits that no longer serve your purpose, the distractions that keep you from hearing His voice. Sometimes the only way He can do that is to pull you away from everything and everyone you thought you needed. I know it's hard. I know there are nights when you wonder why God would place such a heavy burden on your shoulders. I know there are moments when you want to give up, when you think maybe you're not strong enough for this. But I came to tell you today that you are. You were built for this. You were chosen for this. If God called you to it, He will give you the strength to carry it. Loneliness is not the end of your story. It is the beginning. It is the refining fire that purifies your purpose. It is the space where God speaks the clearest. It is the preparation ground for something far greater than you can imagine. So don't fight it. Don't resist it. Embrace it. Because when the time comes, when God says it's time to step into the fullness of your calling, you will look back and realize that the loneliness wasn't loneliness at all. It was God walking with you, shaping you, preparing you so that when He finally sends you out, you will be ready. Rejection has a way of cutting deep. It makes you question yourself, wonder if you're good enough, if you're worthy, if you're truly meant for the calling you feel burning inside you. You step out in faith, believing that people will see what God has placed in you, believing they will support you, believing they will stand by your side. But instead, they walk away. They turn their backs. They dismiss you. That pain doesn't just touch your heart, it shakes your very soul. But let me tell you something. Rejection is not a punishment. It is preparation. It is not God saying you are not good enough. It is God saying you are being set apart. Too often we take rejection personally. We see it as a sign that we have failed, that we are not wanted, that we are unworthy. But when God allows rejection in your life, it is because He is redirecting you. He is protecting you. He is making sure that you do not settle for something beneath the purpose He has placed on your life. Look at Joseph. His own brothers rejected him, threw him into a pit, and sold him into slavery. He had dreams, visions of what God was going to do through him. But before he could step into that destiny, he had to walk through the fire of rejection. If his brothers had accepted him, he would have stayed where he was. If they had embraced him, he would have never been forced onto the path that led him to Egypt, to the palace, to the position God had already prepared for him. Sometimes the very people you think should support you will be the ones to push you away. They won't understand your vision. They won't see what you see, and you will be tempted to shrink yourself, to lower your calling, just to be accepted. But God didn't call you to be accepted. He called you to be set apart. He called you to rise above, to lead, to stand where others refuse to stand. And that means rejection isn't something to fear, it is something to embrace. When you are rejected, don't waste time chasing after people who don't see your value. Don't sit around crying over doors that have closed, because if God allowed that door to shut, it means He has something greater in store. You might not see it now. You might not understand it in the moment. But if you trust Him, if you keep walking, if you keep believing, you will come to realize that every rejection was actually a blessing. Every no was a step toward a greater yes. Some of you are holding on to the pain of rejection, and it's keeping you from stepping into what God has for you. You're still thinking about the people who left. You're still replaying the words they said. You're still letting their opinions define your worth. But listen to me, your value is not determined by the people who reject you. Your calling is not cancelled just because someone didn't believe in you. If God called you, that is all the confirmation you need. If God chose you, then no amount of rejection can stop what He has planned. You have to shift your perspective. Instead of seeing rejection as a loss, start seeing it as a sign that God is moving in your life. He is closing doors that need to be closed. He is removing people who cannot go where you are going. He is making sure that when you step into your destiny, you are surrounded by the right people in the right place at the right time. Jesus Himself faced rejection. He was despised, ridiculed, mocked by the very ones He came to save. He was betrayed by those closest to Him. And yet, He never let their rejection stop Him from fulfilling His purpose. If even Jesus had to endure rejection, why do we think we will be embraced? Why do we think being chosen means we will be welcomed? The truth is, the greater the calling, the greater the rejection. The higher the purpose, the lonelier the road. But here's what I need you to understand. Rejection is not the end of your story. It is a necessary part of your preparation. It is shaping you, refining you, making you stronger. Because when you finally step into the place God has been leading you, you will look back and realize that every rejection was actually God's way of saying, I have something better. You will see that He was always in control, always guiding your steps, always preparing you for something greater than you could have imagined. So the next time you face rejection, don't cry over it. Don't beg for acceptance. Stand tall. Hold your head high. And remember, you were never meant to fit in. You were meant to stand out. And God is using every rejection to push you closer to your purpose. There comes a point in life when you realize that before God elevates you, He first allows you to be broken. It's not the kind of breaking that destroys you. It's the kind that strips away everything that is not meant to go with you into your next season. It's the kind of breaking that refines you, humbles you, prepares you, because God never promotes without preparation, and preparation always comes with pain. Some people think being chosen means an easy road, a life free from struggle. But if you look at anyone God has ever used, you will see a pattern. Before the elevation, there is isolation. Before the breakthrough, there is heartbreak. Before the crown, there is a crushing. And in that crushing, you will feel like everything is falling apart. You will feel like the very things you thought were secure are being taken from you. You will wonder why God is allowing you to go through so much pain when all you've ever tried to do is follow Him. But that's the thing about being chosen. It means you have to go through what others won't, because you are being prepared for something others can't handle. When God has a high calling on your life, He cannot afford to let you walk into it unprepared. He cannot afford to let you carry pride, bitterness, unforgiveness, or dependency on people. So He allows the breaking, not because He is cruel, but because He knows that what He has for you is too great to be carried by who you are right now. Look at David, anointed as a young man called to be king, but before he ever sat on a throne, he had to run for his life. He had to hide in caves. He had to be betrayed by the very people he once fought for. God had already chosen him, but he wasn't ready yet. He had the anointing, but he still needed the process, and the process was painful. Some of you are in that process right now. You feel like you've been cast aside, like you've been overlooked, like the weight of life is pressing down on you. You've been faithful, but doors haven't opened. You've been obedient, but the road has been rough. And you're starting to wonder if you have the strength to keep going. But let me remind you, just because you don't see the promise yet doesn't mean it's not coming. Just because you're in the wilderness doesn't mean you're not on the right path. God is not punishing you. He is preparing you. He is strengthening you in the silence. He is developing your character in the hidden place. He is teaching you to trust him when there's nothing else to hold on to. Because when the time comes for you to step into what he has called you to do, you won't just be ready, you'll be unshakable. And the truth is, not everyone will understand that process. Not everyone will see what God is doing in you. Some will question it. Some will doubt it. Some will walk away from you because they don't recognize what's inside of you. But don't let their misunderstanding make you doubt what God has already confirmed. Don't let their rejection make you question your identity. If people leave, let them go. If doors close, trust that they weren't meant for you. If the journey is harder than you expected, know that it's because what God is building in you is bigger than you ever imagined. The chosen ones will always face the greatest battles. They will always carry the heaviest weight, but they will also walk in the greatest power. Because when you have been tested, when you have been refined by fire, when you have walked through the valley and still kept your faith, nothing can shake you. Nothing can break you. So don't be discouraged by the process. Don't let the struggle make you lose sight of the promise. Keep walking. Keep trusting. Keep believing. Because what God has spoken over your life will not return void. And when the time comes, when the preparation is complete, when everything he has been shaping in you is ready, nothing in this world will be able to stop what he has ordained for you. Stay faithful. Stay strong, because your time is coming. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this message. I pray it has encouraged you, strengthened you, and reminded you of the greatness God has planned for your life. If you found this helpful, please consider subscribing to my channel for more content like this. Until next time, may God bless you and keep you.